Hello everybody, Millennium X17 here. It's going to be a little bit of a different video. After playing the game for quite some time, it has come to my attention that, well, this game is fucking huge. Like, really, really fucking huge. So as such, side content and other miscellaneous objectives here and there, I'll be recording everything. Let me just get that out of the way up front. But random exploration and a lot of other nonsense and question marks and the what have you will be done off camera. And as such, last night for about 6 hours, I pretty much screwed around, did a little bit of everything. As you can see right here, I literally drove all over the map. It was maybe not the entire map, but definitely all of Los Santos at this point in time. A lot of exploration, just looking for random weird things here and there, just trying to get into weird different locations and the what have you, trying to look for different ways to try to make money. Because at this point in time, I think I spent a lot of my money on an ammunition, and I only had $11 on me at the time. But neither here nor there. I went to a lot of different places. I opened up a good portion of the map down in Los Santos, got into trouble with the cops a few times, as seen here. But nothing too major down in the city. After which I decided to start doing other random stuff, such as checking out the stock exchange. I know literally nothing about the stock exchange in real life, but this is quite involved here in the game. Something I'm going to have to eventually figure out for myself. After looking it over and not understanding a damn thing that I'm looking at, I pretty much gave it up. But then I was interesting to note the boss sack, though. I'm about to switch over to it here any second now. Here it is. Yeah, it's just funny. I thought it was hilarious, but nonetheless. After which, though, I decided to play some mini games. So how about some tennis? You know, it took me a little while to get used to it, but after that, I started to get the hang of it. Pretty interesting mini game that they've actually added to the game. It's very involved. It really is. It's maybe not the best tennis game that I would say, but it's definitely a whole lot of fun. Though after playing 2 sets, I think there's sets. There are 2 games in a set. I was going to play 1 set, but after 2 games, I just came to my conclusion that this is going to be long, so I just kind of gave up. Oh, hey, remember that tow truck? Yeah, we got to go bail out that what's-his-face again who's at the crack house. So, yeah, we went out, brought the tow truck out, towed a car, took it back. Nothing really dramatic, which, to be honest with you, with the tow truck, I kind of like at this point in time. So there's that. But hey, not to be outdone, let's bring the tow truck out one more time. Because, hey, why not? If one's never enough, so twice. Hopefully it's the charm, and hopefully I'll never have to see it again. You know, I don't mind it so long as I don't have to chase, get away from the police in it. Because that was a headache. As someone could probably attest to. But then neither here nor there. So, hey, Michael's wife decides to get in trouble with the cops. So, we have to get away in the cop car. But during this point in time, it comes to my attention that this car is really fucking awesome. The police car is hands down the best car in the game. Handles great and is tough as hell. So I was like, you know what? I'm taking this to the garage and save it. So that's what I did. I'm going to need it sometime in the future. I guarantee it. But hey, not to be outdone, in the minigame department, let's play some golf. And I'd have to say, this is by far the most fun minigame I've found thus far in the game. I actually really, really love the golf. Well, it took me about 3 or 4 holes to get used to it. By and large, it is very intricate in how involved the game actually is. And the longer I did it, the better I got at it. So it seemed. I kept getting really good at the long shots, but then the easy stuff I should have gotten, I didn't. Finished my first 9-hole game ever, was 4 over, I believe, was my score, 40 on a par of 36, which for a first-time game ever, I say that's not too bad. I'm definitely going to be playing more golf in the future. Really fun game, though. I'm actually very impressed with it. Oh, hey, about the Michael's question mark there. Some angry lady who really likes to run. I tried it a bunch of times. It's somewhat impossible. Though the good side of it, though, is after trying it 3 or 4 times, I raised Michael's stamina by a good 1.5 bars on the skill tree, on the skill bars there. It's a good 1.5 bars that I actually raised it by. So it actually wasn't total loss, but nonetheless, it is interesting. Like, I'd like to see if it's even possible to finish that, without 100% stamina. At this point in time, it's close to 80, is what I believe off the top of my head. But neither here nor there. I think this is the last time I tried it here, so it's 3 times altogether. And then, oh hey, back to Franklin. Let's do something with the paparazzi. I forget the celebrity that we were tailing, but it had something to do. And I think a Saints Row game did this once before. We had to chase the limo, get up beside it, and shoot some pictures, although the Saints Row game I think did it from the opposite side. But what happened though is he gave me the bike, which then led me to ride around on the bike, which then led me to this little exchange right here, which led off to some very interesting events.
What? That crazy motherfucker Lamar hasn't got you killed yet?
No, not yet.
He must be slacking.
He's always slacking.
He's a fool, bro.
Yeah, sometimes.
Anyway, talking of fools, what would you say if I told you some fools I knew were running a little racing competition? And as luck would have it, they got this really beautiful silver medal with your name on it.
I say go fuck yourself.
Bronze medal then?
Funny motherfucker.
And it's at this point in time that I remember specifically grabbing a car earlier, the knockoff Porsche, earlier in the playthrough and saving it in a garage. And this, just to remind everybody, is this car right here. It comes. There it is. I just took a header because I was like, oh, I want that car badly.
I got nowhere to go.
Mine. Right on the floor. Let's see how this one handles. This thing's got crazy power.
Possibly the greatest dance record ever.
And this is at this point in time that my thought process for saving this car is that it handles really great and is super fast. So I saved it in the garage on Grove Street in Davis, just specifically for the fact of illegal street racing, because I knew that would be a really awesome car to have for that. So it is at this point in time that I get back on my motorcycle and check my map to only find out that all the icons have been lost on it. So I start driving around the city trying to look for it randomly, only to find out that by activating the mission, something weird had happened, and that most of the cars in all of the city of Los Santos have disappeared off the street. I'm not even shitting you when I say this, but I literally rode around the city for an hour and a half on a motorcycle with no traffic. It was the most fun I've had on a bike in all of GTA games. It was quite unbelievable. The side note, though, that is the bad thing about this is that there's no way from the menu that I've been able to figure out thus far to quit out of a mission, which would have helped me then get to the garage and then get back to the question mark. But nope, we can't do that, because as far as I can tell, there's no way to quit out of a mission. At this point in time, on the street are only like taxis, SUVs, and other nonsense junkers. Nothing really useful, though. Eventually, though, during the daytime, though, I came across this cop car. Now, my thought process for this cop car was that, A, it would be funny to show up to an illegal street race in a cop car, and B, I know they're fast. So my theory was I'm going to rub up them against them, cause them to get out of the car, shoot them or run them over, one of the combination thereof, and then get in the car and take off. It may not have worked, I don't know, but eventually what happened was this. Yep, that's right. I got arrested. But here's the thing, though. At this point in time, I was so frustrated and pissed off that I really didn't care. Because at this point in time, there's no way to quit out of a mission. That's kind of fucking stupid. So at this point in time, I was good with it. I'm like, whatever, fuck it. I can now get to the garage, get a car, and then whip this race's ass. The big thing, though, is that I only had $11 at me. I spent all my money on ammunition. So I come down to this, only to find out that after leaving the police department, yeah, they take my $11 leaving me with nothing, which I was like, oh, hey, that's fucking awesome. So at this point in time, I'm pissed and moody, so I jump into this Mustang here and head my way back to the garage on Grove Street and Davis, grab that Porsche, go right back to the racist stereotype of the Asian with the tricked out streetcar, enter in his said race, get out in front, and lo and behold, this Porsche kicked some ass. Got out, like I said, got out in front early and stayed that way. It was a slam dunk, which good. Oh, hey, paparazzi's back. This time we went and took some footage of America's New Sweetheart, I think is her nickname, figuring out who's rear-ending her. Took some video, got spotted, ran away, she chased us. It's a crazy mission nonetheless. I think the moral of this story is don't hang out with fucking paparazzi. It's just a bad idea. That's what I took away from it. After that, we went to the shooting range with the $200 that I won from the street race and spent a good, I think it was like an hour and a half just shooting at targets. Lots of bronzes, a couple of silvers, and a couple of golds. Not too bad. I actually liked it a whole lot. Raised Franklin's shooting skill by a good, I'd say a full bar, I would say at least. I think maybe a little more. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, but that's neither here nor there. It was actually pretty good. After that, I'm not sure when it'll kick over. I think it's a little ways out from here. When's it going to? We're going to just get into a random SUV and head on off up to the countryside. It's got to be coming up here real soon. Where is it? Where are you, Cut? I know, there you are. So yeah, I just got up, got on the freeway, headed north into the countryside, random jerking around, just looking at, you know, the environment again. This time not in the city, just looking for any random thing I could come across. Didn't really find anything, but it, you know, just really impressive to go across the countryside. And I'll leave you with these final two shots. Is first off by this windmill plant. On the northern end of this windmill plant, there's overlooking a prison yard. It looks like a prison. I'm 90% sure of that. And also then I move forward only to find these weird satellite dishes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on up here? I'm like, first off, it's amazing. I'm trying to look at the windmill right now, but it's like I'm looking out and all I can think of is look at the fucking draw distance with Mount Chiliad in the background. You can see forever. I mean, it's really impressive visuals in this game. And I eventually lead my way up around through this windmill plant to come across something rather interesting. Here in just a moment, it will cut to this right here where I come across this weird yellow thing, and I'm like, okay, what are they constructing it? But it's running, but then I get closer and I look and I see there's a ladder, and I'm thinking, hey, that might be a place to hide something. So what do you think I did? I got up and I got up there. So after wondering what I'm going to find up there, is of course a whole lot of nothing other than this view, which is what I leave you with right now. So, side content hero number 1 over, and I leave you with this view. And until next time, guys, have yourselves a good day.